Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we're discussing a watch from a family of Moonphase Speedmasters launched in 2016. This is the Omega Speedmaster Moonphase. This is a lovely 44.25 millimeter yellow gold compound complication. It has a lot of presence. So 44.25 is the diameter, 17.3 is the thickness, and then you can see that it's 50 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip with a 21 millimeter spacing between the lugs, all of which is to say it wears quite large. Now, I could wear it on my wrist. You can see it's not overlapping the edge. There's no overhang, but I do think that you need a wrist of at least my size to wear this well, so you should have a 16 centimeter circumference wrist or larger. You can see the shape of the case flank as well as the thickness. This is not a watch to wear underneath the cuff. So don't count on wearing it underneath your shirt sleeve. This is one to show off. Taking a look at the strap, you can see it is medium rectangular scale alligator leather. It is black with a matte finish. It has a folded edge, a monotone stitch, and then on the underside, we have a corresponding black cast skin. You can see it's a brand new Omega factory strap, no crimping, no gouging. We have a buckle that's nicely made in matching yellow gold with both satin and polish, so attention to detail is strong. Twin trigger release means you have to positively press both and disengage or it will not pop open. Security you're going to want on a large, heavy, and expensive watch like this. You tuck the strap in, you buckle it down, and then the excess length sits underneath the buckle and the strap, so you don't need minder loops. You could see that the case is the lyre style lug design we've known since the early 60s on Speedmasters and Seamasters. So we have the outward bevel that's polished, the inward bevel that is not, and then a little character line that runs the length of the case in polish with a mid case that's narrow and satinated, and a little bit of a shear guard profile for the chronograph pushers and the crown. The underside of the bezel is polished. The top of the bezel is a mixture of gold and ceramic. They call it Ceragold. So when you see that term, Ceragold, on the bottom of the case, know it's referring to the bezel, not the case. Because the bezel is partly ceramic, and it is co-molded permanently to the gold, you cannot scratch it, which is a nice alternative from the anodized aluminum Moonwatch bezels that do get scratched. We have a dramatically boxed sapphire, which is an expensive sapphire to make. That's always the case with boxed sapphires. And then an opaline silver white lightly frosted dial with yellow gold hands and yellow gold indices. We'll do a quick loom shot here, by the way. Take a close look. And you can see that the second hand of the chronograph is also loomed. Now, the watch is surprisingly water resistant. The Moonwatch is 50, but this is 100, so put it on the right strap and you can take it swimming. We have a lovely little textured moon within the Moonphase. We have a constant seconds display over at 9 o'clock that's coaxial with a date indicator. And then we have coaxial chronograph minutes and hours over at 3 o'clock. You can see the watch has stop seconds, and then it has two quick set modes. I'll show you these. There's one for the Moonphase. You can see those photorealistic stars. And then in the opposite direction, you adjust the lunette style pointer date over at 9 o'clock. So that's how that works. The watch has a vertical clutch chronograph engagement, which means there's no extra jump or stagger or leap when you start the chronograph. There's no play in the system. And because there's no play in a vertical clutch, you can leave the chronograph engaged full time if you prefer to just see it running. If you pull the crown out all the way, you do engage hacking or stop seconds, so you can synchronize the watch against a reference time. Turn it all over and you can see that FP Journe is not the only brand that uses gold on movement parts. Here we have caliber 9905. And it has a solid 18-karat rose gold balance bridge and a matching rotor. Now, it beats away at 25,200 vibrations per hour. It's an automatic winder with bidirectional winding action, 2 barrels for an even torque release, so you don't get the surging when the watch is fully wound, and it doesn't lose balance amplitude and time after 24 or 36 hours the way a single barrel movement would. It has a 60-hour power reserve. It pivots on 54 joules. It is a master chronometer. You can see that on the dial. Master chronometer means it's been through a test devised by Omega and the Swiss Federal Institute of Metrology. Now, it incorporates all the COSC chronometer testing, but it also incorporates winding efficiency, power reserve, shock resistance, water resistance for the fully assembled watch, and then anti-magnetism. And this watch is minimally anti-magnetic to 15,000 Gauss due to, among other things, but not exclusively, a silicon hairspring. We have a tri-level coaxial escapement, which is a tangential contact direct and indirect impulse escapement created by the independent watchmaker George Daniels of Britain, and Omega has really nailed this design. It gives everything Daniels initially foresaw: reduced maintenance requirements, longer power reserves, and better chronometric performance. You could see a skeletonized bridge revealing the column wheel, which is the function selector. It tells the clutch what to do, and column wheels have a nice crisp feel and sound to them, so they're pleasing. They are the enthusiast's choice. We have lovely blackened and polished screws here, and then we also have spiral arabesque Côte de Genève, all of it quite attractive. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details of this Omega Speedmaster Moonphase.